Hello, my wonderfuls, amazings, and lovelies, and beautifuls. Yep, you know your name, and you matter. Thank you for joining me on I Am Maggie. I appreciate you joining me here. It's fun to be building the energy. And what we have been doing is we've been reading this book, The Magic of Everyday Life by Maria Szepes. We've been just doing a nice slow crawl to see what pearls, tools, things that might help us on our journey, or if we are helping others, which many of us are, might give you new insights to someone else's situation or tools that you may be able to utilize to help them. So we are currently in chapter 22. We're almost done with this book. And we are in the chapter of Positi've and Negati've people. So I'm going to pick up where I left off. Okay, it is important and recommended to seek the company of positive people because the zone in which we live is often the infernal of unfortunate vampire beings. Ugh. Negative people are psychic vampires. They adhere to every living surface. Their gluttonous infant mouths suck the energy off others while their strength available. Yet the surplus they loot does not become their possession, but disperses from their open being in every direction. Okay, that is a visual. Some of us actually are fascinated by vampires. They make them look so sexy, and they're always so spotlessly, unless they're needing blood, clean and all these things, rich. But in this case, right, she's not talking about positive things. She's talking about what sucks the life out of you, and the life is in the blood, as the Bible tells us. So it is important and recommended to seek the company of positive people, because the zone in which we live is often the infernal of unfortunate vampire beings. Okay, negative people are like psychic vampires, but we know they're not just psychic. They can be emotional, spiritual, and physical vampires. Negative people are psychic vampires. They adhere to every living surface. Their gluttonous infant mouths sucking the energy off others while there's strength available. That's why it's really important, to build your field and put your protection around you, your nice sphere of protection, and just asking God to protect you, and like watching where you, taking awareness of where you're getting drained and such. But we're going to keep, as this channel grows, we will cover a lot. So, yet the surplus they loot does not become their possession, but disperses from their open being into every direction. So they, basically suck you to disperse your energy to others. Also, in this case, psychic vampires, emotional vampires, whatever, they cannot live without you as supply. So, for some people, I want you to try to remember that if somebody is draining you or sucking off of you, they're actually trying to convince you you're the weaker one. But in many cases that I see, you're actually the more powerful. And they're trying to kind of convince you to drop into the slave mind so that you can't see the truth of you. And of course, as higher order value people and spirit beings, we're not trying to like so that we can like become, take power over people, to harm people or to have fame, we want to do these things from a pure heart and fulfill our purpose. Along that path, the favor of God will pour upon you in the form of money, relationships, resources. And actually, I believe as we go through our processes, that's another challenge. Can you have all these things and still stay grounded into your purpose and focused on the one? So I just think that's really, really powerful. But I'm just wanting to say, pay attention if people are draining you, because a lot of times they want to convince you you're the weaker one, or something's wrong with you, or you're broken, or blah, blah, blah. And we all have our good and our bad. It's up to us to like which one's gonna be more powerful. But be aware that if you're being, someone's leeching your energies, a lot of times you're a powerful source of energy. We want to cut that off, and we want to do our inner work and raise you to the highest performing quality as possible for your purpose and to honor God. Okay, so here we go. Positive people nourish themselves not from blood, but psychic mental elixir. The energies accumulate in them. So, and positive people, they don't drain. The source of God is within them, whirling and percolating and filling up the temple and rolling out into the world, right? They have an overabundance from which they can give. So there's another word, they give, right? They're not taking. Positive people, so of course I'm talking about the synergistic of giving and receiving, but in general, positive people are not trying to suck your blood out and suck your energy out and suck your emotions out and all that. Okay, positive people are the energy source of the planet. Positive people are the energy source of the planet. It is within and through them that the energy reserves which maintain those who hunger for the light accumulate and circulate. So it's within the positive people, right? Because we're fractals of God, so that energy is running through. Ooh, chicken skin. Positive people are the energy source of the planet. It is within and through them that the energy reserves which maintain those who hunger for the light accumulate and circulate. It is for this reason that after we have been with negative people, we stumble around from exhaustion. We feel we have been totally depleted. In the company of positive individuals, we are refreshed, recharged. No one can be in contact with only predominantly negative people without adverse repercussions, because as soon as they give out more power than they take in themselves, they become a vampire and a spiritual hemophiliac. Whew, let's do that one again. So this is not to make anybody bad or good. I would say that in our lives, we've been everything at some point, if we're really honest. Like we might have drained our parents or drained our friendships, but then we start to realize and we grow, and then we become more balanced and regulated and etc. So, and if you study a lot of the great teachers of the world, they went through dark nights where, they were the vampire, and then they were resurrected into light, and then they were this powerful, positive, percolating energy. But anyway, no one can be in contact with only predominant negative people without adverse repercussions, because as soon as they give out more power than they take in themselves, they become a vampire and a spiritual hemophiliac. The positive person can give strength to many without becoming debilitated, and that's that full cup. Their income is great, their inner economy is healthy. So I love that, their inner economy, because a lot of times we're so focused on, money, which is important because it's energy too, but their inner economy is healthy, right? So how is your inner economy? Like, what you got going on in there? What's your bank, your health bank, your heart bank, your mind bank, your body bank? What's it looking like? Human interaction serves natural metabolic requirements for them. Someone cheerful, for example, who can stay emotionally balanced in difficult situations, who is victorious over trials through faith and conviction, is already considered positive because their conduct exudes strength. So I'm going to just tell you this right off the top of my head, but you know what that sounds like to me? Nurses. And I'm sure for you it could sound like something else, like teachers, or for some people they're spiritual advisor, or for some people their mom and dad and their siblings, or for some people, their children. Like for me, my children, woo, I love them. They're my cheerful space, my grandchildren. So let's get that one again. Someone cheerful, for example, who can stay emotionally balanced in difficult situations, who is victorious over trials through faith and conviction, is already considered positive because their conduct exudes strength. So I'm just going to say this. Nurses are amazing. Nurse aides are amazing. Medics are amazing. LPNs are amazing. PAs are amazing. Naturopaths are amazing. Integrative docs, amazing. Doctors, amazing. Nurse practitioners, amazing. And I'm going to just say that it takes some resilience to stay positive in some of the situations presented in the everyday environment in the medical. Now, I'm sure this is the same for financial advisors, especially like now. So many of the things you could correlate it to sort of like a health checkup in the financial area and just in general. But I just want to give a major shout out to everybody who's holding it down with a cheerful attitude and who is victorious through faith and conviction and keeps their positivity exuding strength, and who also are able to stay emotionally balanced. And also, I'm not here to tell you if you have a problem, a moment of dysregulation that's bad. No, but it's like we are always exuding to the highest, and there's just so many people right now in this world to be thankful for. So thank you for the role that you are playing in our lives and in your lives, because you're just amazing. But anyway, amazing balls, I'm just saying. Okay, so in the interest of our healthy inner economy, we not only have the right, but the need to keep our energy expenditures in balance. Here it comes again, with our energy income, because we cannot be casual with our powers, just the same as our material assets. So you got this? Balance our health economy. Also, we want to watch our energy expenditures, our energy income, because we can't be like putting out more than we're taking in. There has to be balance, right? The same way it is with your bank account. If you're like spending everywhere and you're paying and you're never like saving, or you're never like investing, or you financial advisors, you know what I'm talking about. You know this stuff backward and forward. So I'm just going to leave that expertise with you. But I'm just saying, if you spend more than you make, you're going to end up in the red. And it's the same thing with our energy accounts. So it is true that the source of which we have established a relationship is inexhaustible, and the spark within it is eternal. So that's a beauty. What is within us is eternal. Oh, I just love that. And so, like I keep saying, anybody who's discouraged, anybody going through rough times, if you do the work will do you. Never, never, ever, ever give up. Sometimes it takes a long time to see. And then the thing is, if you're listening, what will work at this point in the spectrum, it won't work anymore. And then God will shift you to this. And then after that, he'll shift you to this. And you're going to be like all origami. And then your upgrade comes. So you got to stick with it. Okay. Let us help, therefore, all those we can with our deeds, our valuable counsel, our positive thoughts, and healing energy. But only if we are not sustaining vampire group souls thereby. And mainly if we have the securities to cover it. So, that's another good one. This, Maria Szepes, the bottom, oh, she's amazing. Okay, so she says, we want to help others with our deeds, valuable counsel, and positive thoughts, and healing energy. But only if we are not sustaining vampire group souls. So we don't want to like feed into people and then they never learn to stand on their own. We also do not want to be a part of groups that are just do-gooders and sort of just checking the box that I'm good, and then that creates a vampire energy too. Like, I do this, therefore I'm good. It needs to not be covert or overt, but from our true, pure hearts. And if we have the securities to cover it. So then again, it's like your energy economy, right? Are you balancing those accounts? As soon as we discover, however, that instead of our intent for individual healing and constructive reaction, some sick psychic nymphomania adheres to us, lustingly absorbing the energy extended towards it, demanding even more with greed, empty, beastly eyes, immediately sever the contact, because what is happening here is no other than transmutation downward. Okay, so this is kind of, this is a powerful words. Once again, I'm going to read that to you again, but what she's kind of describing is that you can get yourself into like helping mode with objectives that are covert or overt, and with it's actually ultimately destructive because you're trying to look a certain way, you're trying to live by this check sheet versus like having a truly pure heart that's giving from a pure place. So she says, as soon as we discover, however, that instead our intent for individual healing and constructive reaction, so that's positive, changes to some sick nymphomania adhering to us, lustingly absorbing the energy extended towards it, demanding even more with greed, empty, beastly eyes, immediately sever contact, because what is happening here is no other than a transmutation downward. I also think that she's also saying that if you are doing your positive deeds, counsels, and things, and that person is just demanding more and more and more, this is like both sides of the spectrum. Her work is so deep, you know, you need to cut off because that person will just drag you down into a lower life track. The changing of gold to lead, so alchemy, we should avoid such a relationship and look for constructive, renewing, inspirational, intellectual sources that recharge our powers. So she says the changing of gold to lead. I know people are going to have different viewpoints on that from the viewpoint of alchemy, because the concept is that, you know, for some people, I'm taking what is lower nature, I'm taking the ugly parts of the lead and I'm purifying it and transforming it into gold. But anyways, the sentence here says the changing of gold to lead. Oh, no, wait. Hold on, sorry. She says the changing of gold to lead, period. We should avoid such a relationship. Okay, and look for constructive, renewing, inspirational, intellectual sources that recharge our powers. So I don't think if anybody's seeking alchemy, that's bad. I'm just saying that she's also offering constructive, renewing, inspirational, intellectual sources that recharge your powers. And if you're here, I know a lot of you are digging into lots of things. So inhale light so that we may emanate light. That's a beautiful way to end chapter 22. So guys, breathe in light so we may emanate light. So I just want to thank you so much for joining me here. And I am Maggie. When you do get a chance, please hit like and subscribe and leave your positive comments. I appreciate to hear from you, and I thank you so much for supporting my channel. And you know what's next? You know what's next? Peace in, peace